What's going on, guys? Jump Change XD here. Hope you're all doing well and having a really great day. So, you guys just saw me unplug everything. Solar is amazing, but it's brutal when you have a 10-day forecast that looks like this. All rain, and it's been raining for literally 3 days already at this point, but all the way up until Saturday, even through next week, it's supposed to be raining. So, I cannot pull as much wattage as I've been pulling 24/7 when I have days like that. So I've been coming out here about 6:30, 7 o'clock or so, or down here rather, and just shutting everything down because there is no reason to, I guess, put my batteries at risk when things aren't really like that profitable anyways to mine, right? So I got 52% here, 49%, 40 on this one, 42 here, 48 and 49. Kind of weird how the middle two batteries actually don't charge as fast as the other ones. I guess that's because the positive and or the two positive leads coming on the bottom and the top, and same thing with the negative. Very interesting. But anyways, that's kind of where we're at right now. I have to shut everything down to store or keep the energy somewhat like halfway full in those batteries overnight, and I think I'm actually going to leave most of this off tomorrow because I want to get my batteries fully charged again. Typically, I would just let them charge and run everything during the day. But when there's too much clouds and there's too much rain, you really don't get a crazy solar yield. I think today I only saw like almost 1,000 watts on each one of my sets of panels, and that's really not as much as I would have expected, right? So this guy, the AE0, which is still profitable at this current moment, I'm going to plug it into 120 volt up here. So this is on grid, which is kind of nice to have that option. I could still mine on this and actually not lose the profits before they turn into, or this thing turns into a brick. I hope it doesn't happen, but you never know, it could anytime soon. And then these guys, yeah, they'll just have to stay off. This guy just pulls too much wattage for me to want to plug into the house to make like $2. I think it probably is unprofitable actually at my electric rate. I have to check, but this is the AE Box Pro. What we're gonna do now that this is unplugged, I can actually move this table. I mean, I could have done that before, but it's just easier with things unplugged. I could take some stuff off here, and I actually have an idea. When I used to have a Growtent down here, it was fantastic that I could fill it with miners, and I could actually pump that heat into my house on cold days or in the wintertime right up through this like 8-inch opening here that I just kind of put a cap on. This is my return duct. So I have a mini Growtent up in my attic. Let's run upstairs quick and grab it, and we'll bring it down here and we'll see how nicely it fits right there. And while we do that, let's hear a quick word from today's video sponsor. Crypto Miner Bros is the ultimate destination for all of your crypto mining needs. Founded in 2018, this company specializes in top quality ASIC miners from brands like Bitmain, Goldshell, and many others. Whether you're a newbie or a pro, they offer competitive prices, fast shipping, and easy payment options worldwide. Pay with bank transfer, Bitcoin, or even other cryptocurrencies, no cash needed. The prices you see on their website include taxes, shipping, and DDP to your door, so there are no surprises at checkout. Join tens of thousands of satisfied customers who trust Crypto Miner Bros for their hardware fulfillment, transparent prices, and world-class service. Check out CryptoMinerBros.com, link down below. I feel like it's been forever since I've been up here, at least on camera. Man, this attic's giant. I wish I could do something better with it, but this is the Growtent that I've had actually heating my second floor. I actually had a thing, yeah, right here, 6-inch cap and a 6-inch fan that used to go off the side of this guy, or maybe it was the back. Yeah, I think it was the back. And he used to just pipe across the wall here and into my furnace on the second floor. So this furnace does my second floor and the family room that's back behind this wall, right? And then the basement one does obviously my whole first floor. So this guy, I had a bunch of mining rigs in, and we used to heat the second floor with GPUs, which is crazy. But now I think this is just going to be a mini ASIC tent because it's like perfect size. All right, let's get this thing downstairs. All right, that's not bad. Ooh, that might just fit underneath that PDU. Oh man, that's gonna be close. All right, you know what? Let me get this table and all this shit out of the way. We'll see if she fits. I don't think I could have planned that any better myself. This was a total accident. Look at how perfect this is. It's up against the electrical panel there. I only have this much room here, which is crazy, so it barely fits, right? And then the PDU is literally, it's right there. It literally is the same height as this Growtent, and I swear on my life, I didn't think about this prior. That is insane. But that's going to work out fantastic. So like these guys, right? The reason I really wanted to do this right now, it's not so much like preparing for the winter time, like it just started to be springtime. My basement has been getting stupid hot. I don't even know how hot it is right now. It's only 71, okay, today. Obviously, it's been raining. The units haven't been on for complete 24 hours. You know, they've been off at night and on during the day. So, yeah, but we saw 77 the other day. And that's too hot and not comfortable, and I am going to be putting a mini split in here. But once you start heating up one section of your basement and cooling down the other section of your basement, that's when you start getting like humidity problems, and you'll end up getting condensation on like even your gas pipes, right? Like this guy right here. I mean, your water lines, typically if you have the basement too hot, you'll end up seeing these water lines start condensating, which is not good. So yeah, I mean, you'd want to go ahead and insulate those or whatever the case may be, but I would rather just avoid it entirely, keep my basement air conditioned with this EG4 mini split. Once I get this thing installed, that'll be amazing, but I'm waiting for it to stop raining so I can work outside. And then, yeah, I'll be able to pump the heat from this shit in this Growtent right out the top here, there, and go right out that window. That's going to be the plan for now, for the summertime. So I'm going to have to figure out how to pipe this so it's not in the way of that. You know what, I might actually have to move this down a bit. Ooh, that's perfect, actually. If I move that down to this guy, it literally, that pipe will skirt straight past this. I'll be able to put my 8-inch fan right there. Oh, that's going to look fantastic. Actually, speaking of the 8-inch fan, I actually pulled this out of the shed the other day. This was actually in my trailer for a long time with my L7 and the Fruit Associates silencing kit, which was amazing, right? Shout out to my man Fully Electric. He's the one that actually sent this thing over to me and got me turned on to the AC Infinity fans. You can run this off 240 volt. I'll be able to plug it in literally right here at the PDU, which is freaking sick. It could sit right like that on the top of the tent and go straight up, and right, I can just accordion it over to there with some HVAC stuff, or I actually have plenty of hard pipe. I could do something hard piped, but it would be annoying being in front of the door and all that shit. And then in the wintertime, which is dope, I could actually cut in one of those return duct things there, right here. It looks like it was already cut open at one point. For some reason, maybe that was just a patch with the HVAC guys, but I'll cut that tape open. I'll pull that flap down. I'll see what the hell's up there. And then what I'm going to do is actually close these guys off, because I'm not going to have any inputs over here ever again now that Growtent's gone. I actually had 2 going into there because I had like, how many did I have? 130 GPUs in my massive Growtent at one point. It was just absolutely insane. So I needed 2 exhausts to be able to heat my house. And I didn't use any propane that entire winter. It was freaking amazing. But that was back in the good old Ethereum days. So yeah, I'll end up piping this in right here. Have those gone. And man, this will be a clean ass setup, if I do say so myself. Guys, what do you think about this? Let me know down in the comments below. I think this is going to be a sick idea. I mean, it takes up a bit of room in the mechanical room, right, which kind of sucks, but I'll just figure out a new table situation. I'll probably build my own table from here to there, or actually I might have a shorter one. I think this is a 6-foot table, maybe it's 5 foot. I think I have a 4-foot table kicking around somewhere that I could actually just put in this gap for the time being, but we'll figure that out at a later date. This is totally fine with me, guys. Again, let me know what you think about this idea down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out. Wait a second, you know what I just noticed too? Even if I load this guy up, I could still unzip this thing to get at my furnace filter, because it actually unzips around the corner, and I could just pull it back to be able to get at my furnace filter. Wow, that's freaking amazing.